A prostitute speaks out against the Secret Service, more GSA shenanigans, and the John Edwards trial continues. They're the scandals that keep on giving, especially to people like Syndicated op-ed humorist Ron Hart. Ron joins us now. Ron, thanks for being here.
Good to be here.
All right, let's start with the Secret Service, one of your favorite topics lately. A prostitute linked to the recent scandal is breaking her silence.
Yeah.
Deanna Ladano Suarez recounted her night in Cartagena to a radio's network in Spain there. The 24-year-old escort ignited investigations involving members of the Secret Service and the U.S. military over the alleged use of prostitutes in Colombia. Ron, I'll tee it up this way for you. Your thoughts?
Well, she was very clear that she was an escort, not a prostitute. And it may not mean much to you.
There's a difference?
Very important to her family that distinction be made. So, I love the American exceptionalism. We go down to a country, Colombia, where prostitution is legal, and it's the cocaine capital of the world, and we get in trouble. So,
wow.
The bouncers are called on the Americans. So,
well, Americans were getting hammered there for a while for spending their money in Las Vegas. So.
Oh yeah, and the GSA is a great. When I write my check to the government April 15th, I think about the GSA. I think about that guy in the hot tub with 2 glasses of wine.
I know.
They have the GSA. It makes me feel good when I write a check to pay my fair share.
You know, it's funny you talk about the GSA. They've been under fire recently after one of the top administrators, who you're speaking of. He's now on paid leave. He had been spending hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars on those lavish trips. And now new allegations, Ron. The government agency was getting kickbacks.
Stop it.
The House and the Means Committee, House Ways and Means Committee that is, the subcommittee investigating this situation, they're looking into whether or not they were using tax deductions to secure kickbacks from contractors who help make government buildings more energy efficient. The chairman of that oversight committee claims the GSA has been requiring contractors who want to use the deduction to write a check payable to the GSA for 19% of the value of the deduction. Those are your tax dollars at work, Ron.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud to write the check. Now, the GSA is an interesting situation. They're supposed to be saving the government money, but they're out at $2,000 a night hotel rooms, luxuriating in the pool, having a good time. I don't know if you remember the picture, but he's got 2 glasses of wine while he's in this nice tub.
One wasn't good enough.
I hope his wife took it, because if he didn't, he may need the Secret Service to protect him.
What was that, sangria?
Yeah, it was a nice wine, I'm sure. It was on the government dime, so it was a terrific wine.
What are we going to see next from this? Any thoughts, any idea? Because, there's always another curveball coming up at the count. Yeah,
that was the Western Regional GSA Conference. I think the Eastern, Southeastern, and Northern, they play in, and they get to the Final Four, and then you really get the big spenders.
So you're saying it's like a tournament?
Yeah, they spend their way into it. You just don't get into the Final Four. You got to spend your way in from the Western Regional Conference. So
what does that scoreboard look like?
If it weren't so sad, we could laugh, I guess, but it's pretty bad when the government spends your money that way. The big issue is this. There's 6,500 Secret Service agents. There's one president. The GSA is out of control, $800,000 conference. Government's gotten too big, and the demands for more money from taxpayers to fund this type of thing, it's just not going to resonate very well for people going forward.
Well, I think that's why you see the outrage, because you do see things like this. And, you get comments from people, and it's beyond the point of ridiculous.
Money at work, yeah. But the supervisor at the Secret Service, he's going to retire. They just let him retire early. So the news there is he don't want to work there anymore. It's just not going to be fun anymore.
It's not going to be. He got kicked out of the boys' club. All right. New details about a key donor whose money is at the center of the John Edwards criminal trial. A witness says, as the trial has gone on this week, that one of John Edwards' key donors felt she was used by the former presidential candidate. Brian Huffman, a close friend to Rachel Bunny Mellon, testifies the wealthy heiress was deeply angered by a request to provide $40 to $50 million to a poverty foundation after Edwards' presidential hope was dashed. Now, Mellon's money, of course, is at the center of this campaign finance and corruption trial because Edwards supposedly used that money to hide his mistress. There we have the campaign finance conundrum.
You gotta love it. Hopefully Edwards will go to prison for a long time. I'm told his hair may turn state's witness against him, or it may be tried separately. I don't know.
You're talking about the $400 haircut?
Yeah, he paid $400 to $500 a haircut when we were paying for it. The other day he was spotting supercuts for $14.95. So it's a little different when you spend your own money and Bunny's gone.
All right, Ron, I want to ask you a serious question because I've heard varying opinions on this. Do you really think that John Edwards will be convicted in this trial? Because so many legal pundits of sound mind and body have come out and said that this is one of the hardest things in the world to prove because the laws of campaign finance reform are so relatively new. There's no precedent.
Yeah. He probably won't get convicted. I don't know. They wouldn't have brought the case unless they thought they had a shot. Here's the problem, or here's the good part of it. People do things like that. You can almost break a person by taking them to a trial like this. You know doggone well there's problems with him. He's done some very nefarious things. So net, it'll cost him not only money, but his reputation. Here's a person that was very close to being vice president of the United States. Let's not forget that.
Sure.
Very close. So I don't know what sort of president he would have been if he'd run. I do know for sure he would have gotten along really well with the Secret Service.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Ron Hart, as always, we appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing your columns next week.
Thank you.